Hi guys, I just want to expound on the video that I just did where God gave me that word about Simon the sorcerer, knowing the real from the counterfeit, because we're moving into a time where you're going to have to know the difference. Listen, I was in New Age for 5 years. 5 years I was in New Age, and God saved me. And when God saved me, I had to go through a purification process. Even to this day, there's some things that I have to be like, Lord, I lay it down at your feet. It doesn't feel good. Look, listen, being a Christian, being a believer, it takes the Holy Spirit, because there's no way that I can do things in my strength that God is calling me to do, especially when it comes down to the heart. Okay. And so I want to express that to someone. I know that for me, forgiveness was a thing where the enemy tried to use that as a weapon against me. And for a long time, God was saying, listen, you have to surrender everything to God. You have to have his spirit in order to walk in victory and to have the power to overcome the things that you need to overcome. But you got to have his spirit. Anyone who tells you that you can be saved and you don't have to have the spirit of God, or anyone who tells you just because you're saved, you automatically got the spirit of God, that is not true. Unless you receive the baptism at the time that you got saved, you receive the Holy Spirit as well. This shows you in Acts 8. He said he got saved, he got baptized, but he didn't have the Spirit of God, and therefore he was still operating out of the heart of iniquity and sin. And so when you have the Holy Spirit, you are being processed. That means that that's a lifelong process where God is purifying those things out of you. But there's no way that the Holy Spirit, the power of God, can work on the inside of a believer who doesn't have the Spirit of God. And so I wanted to share that with you, because we are all a work in progress. I know I am, but you got to have the Holy Spirit, because the Holy Spirit will tell you, don't do this. This is, it will lead and guide you into all truth. So I don't know who this message is for, but I wanted to go ahead and say that you gotta have the Spirit of God. This is a time where you gotta have the Holy Spirit. So you have to ask God to give him your spirit. And when the Spirit of the Lord come upon you, you shall receive power. That's why a lot of people say, the things I used to do, I just don't do no more. The places I used to go, I just don't go no more. Now there's some things you got to work out, because there's a lot. I know for me, I had to go through a lot of healing, because I went through a lot of trauma, and the enemy don't want you whole. The enemy don't want you healed. The enemy don't want you walking in power. So the closer you get to your breakthrough, the enemy's going to try to push you back down. But how many know greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world? So I wanted to come back on here and say, you gotta have the Holy Spirit. It is a necessity in this time. It'll get you all the way together, right where you can't do it in your own strength. The Holy Spirit will get you together. Okay. I love you guys. God bless.